I was happy to see the ESPN Plus card that led into the ESPN card. Let's go to that real quick.
Okay.
I know we got to keep it moving. Sorry, this is going to be kind of a fast episode, but I was late getting to the studio today, so we got to keep it pushing. Kelvin Davis, he fought Nelson Morales. You like Kelvin?
Kelvin's good. I've seen him fight a couple times.
Saturday night, he wasn't like...
I didn't see him on Saturday night because I was watching, I think, Showtime.
He wasn't crazy impressive to me on Saturday night. I've seen some really good fights of him.
Yeah,
I imitated one of his fights, and I saw him like in two other, and I was like, yeah, this kid's down.
Yeah, I've seen him be up and down. Like I've seen him, I believe he fought on the Canelo Saunders card early in his career. He didn't look good in that fight. Then I've seen other fights, like he had a fight on Pro Box. I don't know if you know Pro Box. They got a little, it's this new,
down in Florida, right?
Down in Florida, in Plant City. I seen him there. He looked great. He was putting his combinations together. So I think it's kind of like, goes back to Brandon Lee. He's got to really know his identity and stick to it in the ring.
I don't really get that from Kelvin.
What I mean, what I'm trying to say in so many words is like impose himself on the fight. Yeah. Because sometimes, there's fighters, a guy can be really talented and be good at what he's doing. Yeah. But he kind of just lets the rounds and the moments pass him by. He doesn't necessarily, say this is how I fight and this is how the fight's gonna go. He kind of just waits to see what the other guy's gonna do. Yeah. And then, maybe you could fight a guy who's not as good as you and the fight becomes harder than it needs to be. Yeah. So. That could have been the case yesterday or Saturday with Kelvin. But in fights previous, I felt like he was in control. You're right. Like the other night, it's Monday, by the way, if you're wondering. The other night when he fought, I felt like he fought a little closer than I would have liked him to fight. So he was giving up his size?
He wasn't really giving up his size. He just was fighting on the inside and fighting a little closer than I would like to see him fight. And maybe he just kind of fought down to the competition.
It happens too.
Yeah. It wasn't a really eventful, spectacular performance I've seen from him before.
Well, they have that phrase in boxing, you can win now and look good later, so I'm sure that's one of those for him.
Bruce Carrington, he showed back up. Shoo's the man.
I love Shoo.
Yeah. Was that a second round knockout, I think? Mm-hmm. First, yeah.
Yep.
Her dude in the first round and just kind of kept it going from there. A very structured young man that knows what he's doing and loves what he's doing.
Very disciplined.
Extremely disciplined. I think I probably love that the most about him. And me, I'm big on character. You know what I mean? And I like to say who you are outside the ring is who you are in the ring. So it's kind of it definitely. Yes, favoritism all the way across the board.
He doesn't have an ego either. Like Bruce, when you talk to him, like there's no ego. I know a lot of times with Instagram and things like that.
He's very New York.
Yeah.
So, but you're right, because there is no ego. So he will speak his mind. He'll say what he believes. But if you come to him with the wrong question or you struck him the wrong way, he gonna get real New York on you and come back at you. But for the most part, he's mellow tone and he just here to do his job. And I like that about him.
I got high hopes for him as maybe the next great New York fighter. New York's been kind of struggling for a top fighter for a little bit of time. A guy that really broke at the top level, I remember when I saw him fight on the Better BF Smith card, because I went to that fight last year, and he got like a crazy ovation. They really love him in Brooklyn. So I'm hoping he keeps it going and he could be someone that they top rank and eventually turn into a main event fighter.
The good thing about Shoo, and then we'll move forward, but he was vowing to get to the Olympics. And it was like they did everything right for him. So it was like he was getting the pub back home in New York. And it was like he's going off to these tournaments and things like that. And he was performing extremely well, winning and things like that. When you go home, it's hard to get the love in your home.
Oh,
yeah. It's hard to get people to get around you. New York happens to be one of those states, one of those cities, Brooklyn, New York City, that they love boxing.
Strong boxing tradition.
So they're always looking to see who's next. You know what I mean? So the good part about him is even though he didn't make it to the Olympics, he still got the pub and the love and the advertising, the promoting that it takes for him to be at this young level in his career and still have fans and love when he goes home to fight.
What he's got going for him too is I think he's the kind of fighter that the boxing purists can appreciate and that the casual fans can gravitate to as well with his style.
Yeah.
Because he gets knockouts, he's fast.
Yeah. I like him. Troy Isley back. Competitive fight. You didn't see that, right?
No, I was watching.
Competitive fight. And I know that on the telecast, they were kind of questioning his power a little bit. And kind of the only thing I wanted to say about that is, he's got to get more physically fit and
you were criticizing his power
and gain more strength. I mean, he was hitting this dude with some clean shots.
I don't think that's a fair criticism. Was it an 8-rounder?
6 rounds, I think.
Yeah, I don't think it's a fair criticism of him because he's been fighting a lot of experienced, durable guys. Like he fought Dante Stubbs. He fought Quincy Lavalas. These are guys that are not world-level fighters, but these guys know how to maneuver around the ring.
Yeah.
And Troy is the kind of fighter and puncher who's an accumulation puncher. Mm-hmm. He's a guy that breaks you down in later rounds. So if he's fighting these kind of guys in 6 or 8 rounders, more times than not, he probably won't get the stoppage. But he's the kind of fighter that when he steps up to 10 and 12s, he's gonna break some a real serious threat.
It was along the way that what I would encourage
8 rounds
for Troy. Sorry?
It was an 8 round.
It was like
8 rounder?
Yeah, the thing that I would encourage for Troy moving forward beyond gaining strength, which will help his power, is to create that recipe. Start working on that recipe to break guys down. My dad would always say, "Hey, we're exclusive to the body this round," because he knew we'll get the head eventually. Let's get to the body to break him down. So he's gonna have to create a recipe for him. I'm not really big on numbers in terms of how many of your punches were to the head and to the body, but I think maybe setting things up to get to the body more, to break guys down, hitting them shoulders, hitting them arms a little bit more, and he'll get that along the way. But I do know that once or twice, and then I started looking at it for myself. I was like, well, that was a clean hook. And I mean, that guy's head turned and came right back. You know what I mean? So
he's doing the right thing. That's the important thing. He's a really good steady fighter. But if you're looking for like the Shoo Carrington type of knockouts from him, you're not gonna get them. He's a break guys down in later rounds.
Yeah. I like this kid. It was I don't want to mess this up. I don't know where this kid was from. Damian Kaniba. No.
Is he a heavyweight by any chance?
No. No, he is heavyweight.
I've seen his name. Like I've seen when Top Rank had like they put the names of all the guys in the stable from the heavyweight. I don't know a lot about him.
Yeah. Good fighter, good boxer.
How tall is he,
The thing that I wrote down is 86.
Oh, that's long. That's long.
He's 6'7".
6'7". A heavyweight. Young. What's his record?
He's 11-0, 7 KOs.
Oh, he's early in his career.
Early, yeah.
And Top Rank has a lot of heavyweights.
They put him in the ring with that knucklehead. Curtis Harper.
Oh, him, the one that walked out the ring.
That knucklehead. That dude's a head case. He does not belong in the boxing ring.
He actually got it.
I don't mean to be disrespectful or anything like that, but he actually what?
He had a good win recently, a decent win for him. Like he fought a heavyweight named Christian Dunn, who was like 9 or 10-0.
Okay.
Been in like camps with Joshua and Fury. It was on one of those pro boxers.
Did you see the fight?
Damian on this fight?
No. I'm sorry. Did you see the fight that you're talking about?
Yeah, I saw it.
Did he do anything that was kind of like,
Nothing. Nah, he grinded it out. The other guy didn't really throw a lot of punches.
It seems like in the first 2 rounds when he fights, like it's always something like, idiotic that happens.
Yeah.
I think another fight, he like just straight up headbutt the dude or something like that.
Yeah, he's a head case.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like he's a bit of a head case. And I just don't want to see him in the ring anymore.
I don't know.
Because it's like, it's kind of like a form of PTSD. You know what I mean? Like if you know that this guy is known for doing
crazy things and
these things that just shouldn't go on in the boxing ring, and they derive from nowhere. You know what I mean? It's not like he gets forearmed and then he's coming back with something. He's just out of nowhere doing like weird, crazy, dangerous things.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And I don't even remember. I didn't even write it down what he did to this guy. But what did he do? I didn't even write it down. He threw a punch. He threw a punch for a late hit. He got pointed for a late hit. Just why? No point.
Was he getting beat up? Like, no.
That's my point. Is it just comes out of nowhere, and we won't spend too much time on this, but it just comes out of nowhere. I don't like it. I just don't think he should. He belongs in the.
Yeah, stop giving him phone calls.
You gotta stop calling.
Yeah.
Because let's be realistic. What anyone who puts him in the ring does, promoters put him in the ring because they're using him up. So not only is he have, I'm sure he has something outside of the ring that's unstable. But then you put him in the ring, now you're getting him hurt. You put him in the ring, and now his health is at risk. And that's only in the long run, it's going to end up
tragic.
It's going to end something tragic is going to happen. That's my whole point. I'm looking out for the guy. You know what I mean? Looking out for the guy, you know? But I like this Damian Kaneba kid. So he's something to look out for. A heavyweight, 86-inch reach, 6'7", 11-0. Good boxer. And against somebody who's, formidable, he can put it together.
They can match him with,
Keyshawn Davis.
Yeah, there you go. I watched him.
I was like, this isn't. And Yigit is a hard fighter to that's a hard dance partner.
He's difficult.
It's a hard dance partner.
And he can take punishment. I remember watching him on Showbox years ago against Ivan Brenagh when Ivan Brenagh was a prospect and beat the brakes. Ivan was beating him up, but he didn't go anywhere for a couple rounds. So, I mean, it was, the dance partner situation right here where, you got a young lion and, he's just trying to eat. And it's like, just trying to hunt down, the zebra or whatever the case may be, Keyshawn was real. I like his patience though. Because a lot of times we've been seeing that a lot in boxing. Like, we saw with Jerron Ennis and like Karen, we saw with him. A lot of guys will fight fighters like that and they'll go the distance and then they'll say, well, the guy didn't really come to fight. He ran around the ring and this, that, and the third, but he got the stoppage. Yeah. It's the important thing.
He was patient. I thought that he looked a little, it was just a dance partner. You know what
a little frustrated.
No, not frustrated. Just, he was taking a round at a time, but it was like his punch was coming up just a little short. Looked like he wasn't firing off the way I'm used to him firing until
he found his range and
then he closed the show. And so, I was like, I'm writing things down. I'm like, he stayed patient, he stayed calm and poised, things like that. But it's like, Yigit, you got it. Whatever Keyshawn ain't doing on this one, I'm going to credit Yigit, and then he gets to stop it.
I'm really intrigued to see how Tyron's going to move him because
8-rounder already.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking 4 or 5 fights, he's probably going to be world title level.
Yeah.
That was a 10
that's
round.
where he wants to be too. So
that was 10 rounds.
That was a 10-rounder, wasn't it?
9th round stoppage. Yep.
Yeah, 10 round fight. Round stoppage. Mr. Hafey.
I heard him. Yeah.
You don't hear his heartbeat though, do you?
Loud and clear.
Jared Anderson.
Another good one.
Yeah, man.
I'll tell you this. I like Jared Anderson. I think he's like one of the most offensively dynamic, young fighters in boxing. But I want to see Top Rank like. I feel like a lot of the guys have been fighting. They're not going to win. Because like when I saw George Arias at the press conference, he didn't really have the body language of somebody who really came to win. And he's like, if you look at the guy, he's undefeated, right? He's 18-0 with 7 knockouts. But the guys he fought, like Cassius Chaney and these kind of guys, they're like, they're kind of on his level. So this is a massive step up.
This right here just had me. I was like, what the hell is happening? Dude did the chicken dance and was out. And it was like Jared like punched him into another dimension.
Yeah, oh my God, that hook. You see how
look right here?
That hook was super tight.
Him into another dimension. And it seems like one of my only critiques on Jared is, well, I got 2 critiques to be honest with you, but one of them is I was like, okay, let's step up with the power. Let's see more power. I've been wanting to see more power fight by fight. He's been giving me more.
He's delivering.
He's delivering with the power. I want to see him create more defense beyond just.
Got to give him a guy who's going to give him something to defend. Joe.
You got to work on it.
Yeah.
And that is it's like automatic. His reflexes take him out of the range. And my concern is he gets in the ring with someone who's just a little bit bigger than he's used to, a little bit stronger than he's used to, a little bit more durable than he's used to. And on that lean back, he gets caught with something that he's not expecting because it's worked 10 times out of 10. You know what I mean? And then here comes that 11th time.
You can't do that in heavyweight boxing. Like one shot could be fatal.
That's my point.
Yeah.
That's my point. So I want to see more defense, even if you don't have to do it, like do it just to work on it in fight situation,
Yeah.
The slipping, the rolling, the pivoting, the stepping around. I see he can move his feet. I'm not saying he doesn't move his feet, but he leans back like that. It's an amateur thing, and a lot of guys get caught with it.
Do you feel like maybe his next opponent should be somebody in the top 15? Because he's in the top 15, right?
I'm ready to see him get to a world championship title. Yeah. So however he gets there.
I like to see him maybe fight like an Otto Wallin or Joseph Parker. Those guys are ranked. They're not like up there, but they're ranked.
I think Ant might have been saying it the last time we talked about Jared Anderson.
Yeah, because Otto Wallin can't get, he's not really getting, he hasn't gotten no real big fight since the Fury fight, but he's been winning these little fights on the low. That'd be a good fight.
I love Jared Anderson. You probably,
Ohio.
You before.
Ohio.
No, beyond the Ohio.
Well, you just like his style.
Just the most promising heavyweight that I've seen in half of.
I want to pick your brain about this a lot. He's getting a lot of comparisons to Riddick Bowe. And I'm a big Riddick Bowe guy. I know you are too.
Yeah.
So to me, when people start saying that, I'm like, hold on a second. Like, he's talented. Let's calm down.
Yeah.
You know?
No. That's where my head goes. When I talk about Jared Anderson, I think he's one of the best American heavyweights since that era of heavyweight. Yeah, man. 100%.
The last American heavyweight hope right now.
I get hyped about it.